Let's talk about how to create a newsletter that converts. So, anytime you're going to write a newsletter, it's a great way to stay connected with your audience, building long-term relationships, and creating engaging newsletter for your business is converts a lot, and it's great for people to learn more about you and something more than just your daily emails. So let's talk about what it is. So first of all, you obviously want to what is your newsletter going to do? Is it just for education, promoting products, sharing updates, and that's really what you want to kind of show. And so you can have a lot of those things in there. You can have different articles. You can have certain updates in different areas in your business or what's going around. It really depends on what niche you're in. So if you're in like current information, like news or something like that, you could talk about what's happened that week or something like that. That would be ways to do it. Or you could say you're in fitness, for example. You can do what's the latest information that's come out about fitness that was interesting that you found. Or it could be something along the lines of or recipes or something, like what's the latest recipe. So those are things you can do. You can also promote different products in there as well. Keep it focused though. Don't do too many product promotions. And with the content, keep it very valuable and focused. You want to kind of have a common theme throughout there. If it is just kind of a what happened this week kind of thing, then that could be the theme of it, of like what did you report on during the week, or what did you learn that week. I know there's definitely different newsletters people have that people do. There's one like Tim Ferriss, for example. He's got like his five bullets that he's doing. He's always got kind of a theme that he's doing and what he has. It's a little bit different than if you have a business in a certain niche. Then it's probably going to be more focused just in that. So that's something that you really want to make sure that you're giving them good information within the newsletter, so that people are engaging with it and want to read with it. Also, you want to design it so it is readable. Also, that it is mobile friendly. So those both go hand in hand. It's readable not only on your computer, but also on your mobile as well. And depending on your niche and your age market, if you have an older age audience, you want to make sure the lettering is big enough that they can read it, and it's spaced out enough that it's readable. So those are two things you want to test out with your market, to make sure that it is designed in such a way that's very readable. And as simple is better. You don't have to be too fancy. A lot of times your logo at the top with a white background and maybe framed in with something like gray works perfectly well. If you have branding colors that you use, you can always go with that a little bit, but don't get too crazy with it. Sometimes doing that can be very distracting. So our emails with Marketopia HQ, if you subscribe there, you'll see it. Essentially, is it's white with black, and dark blue is the main color, and then there's a accent kind of color of a burnt darkish orange, and those contrast really well. It's very readable. So that's why you want to do that, and make sure it's easy to be read, and don't worry about adding. Don't be too fancy with it. Is really what it is. A lot of times people became way too fancy when the internet first came out. Now everybody wants to simplify it down, and you look at the biggest tech companies out there, you'll see everything is simple. So keep it simple. And then you want to establish a consistent schedule. So doing it weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever it's going to be, you want to be consistent with it. You want people to know that your newsletter is going to come, and it's going to come every time, the same time. It just helps it trains your audience to know when it's going to be there, and it gets them in the cycle of knowing it's going to come and that they want to read it, and that it's good information, so they can start to anticipate it coming. if you keep changing it around every week to week, you can always change it if you feel like you want to do a different time. That's fine, but don't just do it at the last minute and then just get it out, and every single time is different. That's just poor planning, and you will lose a lot of people with that because then they don't know when it's coming, and when they do, they don't remember, and then all of a sudden they'll start marking as spam because they don't really know what it is, and so that's really what you want to do. The other thing you can do is personalizing. It's great to personalize stuff with your audience through their name or information about them, and of course, what your audience is interested in. Those are always going to be great things that are going to keep your newsletter being read and engaged with. So the other thing we always talk about is calls to action. If you do have a call to action in there to read more on something or to click on something to buy a product or learn more about your product, make it very clear and understandable. Put in a spot where it's very easily um, um, seen, so they can show you where to go next. And so those are things to really consider in doing a really good newsletter. And a lot of it is just the quality. I mean, if you do a good job with it, people are going to appreciate it, and you're going to engage with you, and you're going to get the right people on board, and then go with it as you grow your list. So really important to keep those in mind, and talk to you next time.